Breaking news now in the West Valley. Jason Valentine live at the scene of an unusual type of meth bust. This is near 75th Avenue near Indian School. Jason, what's the latest where you are?
Well, not only is this an unusual type of meth lab, it's also likely cartel related, and these are very hard for police to spot. I mean, look over here. These are nice houses. It's a relatively nice looking neighborhood, and yet here they are, the guys in the white plastic suits pulling methamphetamine out of this house. In fact, police say they only found this lab because of a relatively routine traffic stop where something didn't feel right. They decided to just, dig a little deeper. This is called a wash lab, and what you're looking at right there is about $50,000 of meth in the form known as ice or glass. Police say the cartels smuggled crystal meth from south of the border into regular-looking neighborhoods where the washers will dissolve the dirtier version of the drug into household chemicals like acetone, which are then evaporated off, forming ice, which is a cleaner, more expensive-looking version of the drug that sells for a higher street value. These labs are every bit as dangerous and explosive, but they're harder for police to find because all that's needed is crystal meth and then a few gallons of acetone that can be picked up at any home improvement store without raising really any suspicion at all.
These like this, there's a lot more out there than we're aware of, or that we're busting, but we're doing everything we can to follow up on the leads and get them shut down.
Now, what police are doing right now, they're actually straining some of the crystal meth out that they found inside the home. That's what was in that red gallon jug that he's got turned upside down right now. There were 2 rooms in this house the police say were completely dedicated to the process of washing this methamphetamine to turn it into ice. 2 people have been arrested so far. Coming up at 10, how to spot a wash lab if there's one in your neighborhood. We'll have that coming up. Guys, back to you.
Now to breaking news in the West Valley. New details on an unusual meth bust tonight. Our Jason Valentine live at this scene at 75th Avenue near Indian School. What's going on now, Jason?
Well, this is called a wash lab. They're generally cartel related, and they're not actually producing meth at the scene of the lab. Let me explain what I mean by showing you. Look at this brick wall, the mason jars lined up along the top of the wall. That's crystal meth. That's what they start with, liquefied crystal meth. And right below there in the baggies is a form of meth called ice. That's what they're trying to make in a wash lab. Let's get you a closer look at that. Here's ice. That's what you're looking at right now, about 10 pounds of the stuff. And then the other substance, the white stuff the men in the suits are pouring, that's that liquefied version of crystal meth that has yet to be converted. In all, it's about $100,000 worth of drugs, and police say this lab was turning out at least that much every week. Basically, how a wash lab works is cartels smuggle the crystal meth from south of the border, and then in normal-looking neighborhoods such as this, they wash it by dissolving the drugs in household chemicals like acetone. Those chemicals then evaporate off, leaving the ice version of meth, which is cleaner and sells for a higher street value than crystal meth. But this process is just as dangerous, it is explosive, but it is also harder for police to spot.
Generally, with a regular meth lab, you've got people and the amount of chemicals and the varying chemicals that they have to gather, including the pseudoephedrine, all leads a trail back to where that lab is at. In this case, they've already got the finished meth. All they got to do is get a 5-gallon can of acetone or alcohol, which is easy to do at a home improvement store without drawing a whole bunch of attention.
In this bust so far, 2 people have been arrested. So here's the question. This is a pretty nice looking neighborhood, a lot of very normal, nice looking houses. How would you spot if there's a wash lab in your neighborhood? Well, we did talk to some of the neighbors who said they did see a little bit of unusual traffic, but police say the big thing, you would smell acetone or a chemical smell when they're actually cooking the drugs and converting them from one version to the other. Guys, back to you.